Hey everyone, Donnaleigh with a quick addendum to the video that I just made regarding the Path card or the Crossroad card. I just demonstrated how to look around it for determining what the choices are. So I would advise looking at that video first. But I also would like to add one more thing that you will want to look for when you have the Path card. Now, this is an actual, I reproduced the spread that was the Moreau spread from my other previous video, and this was regarding Lisa's job. She wanted to know about moving into the housing industry where she could change lives of families, and or if she would stay in a dead-end job. So here is our significator. She is on the stars, which is of hopes, and also getting yourself out into the world, being seen. And on either side of her, she has the sun and the cross. In this particular spread, the crossroad landed right before her. Now, I'm also going to show you how one word can change the accuracy of your readings. Okay, so choices, often your client comes to you, they already have in mind what their choices are and what the issue is, or the conundrum, the problem that they're trying to figure out. That's why they're coming to you for guidance. So this is a very important card in the spread. So in this particular spread, using the technique I mentioned above, we have the crossroad. We're going to look at what's in that same time frame, and we have fish, house, and broom and whip. Now, the interesting thing about this is if you say the word and instead of the word or, it's going to change a lot about your reading. That will help make sense to the client. For example, this person has a choice regarding income or money and housing. Okay, you can use the word or, but then you're separating the two. So if she comes to you and wants to know what her choices are, tell her it's between making money and housing. So she knows already it's related to a job, and housing, something about houses, okay, and sweeping away or getting rid of something. Now, this could also be read as the office she's in is a very small office with small, close-knit people, but because she's not close to any of the people in that particular office at this time, I want to say no, this has to do with the housing industry. Okay, so that's the up and down method, and using the word and instead of or. Try that, because and sometimes these two will be related to each other. The other thing that I think is important for people to understand is when we have this crossroad card, this particular one was right up against the significator. So this is clearly why she's coming to us. She has a choice. Her choice, if you look in her house, has to do with hope. What she will do in her life regarding making herself more visible, but it's also about what will give her hope, giving exposure to herself and joy. And she's looking at something that is causing her a burden, grief. She feels like she's a martyr. It's a very oppressive type feeling on her. So that will help you as you read to her. You can actually tell her when she comes to you without even a question, you've come to me because you're looking for hope, because of a choice of exposing yourself and finding something that would be joyful, and something that's more oppressive, something that's weighing you down. Okay, if you want to go right down the whole line, you can add to the tree and say something that will add to your legacy. Okay, that's her question right there, validated for you. Now here's what I wanted to add. When we have the crossroad here, in addition to this, it's right up against her. Because these are the two corner cards, we had talked before, if they were here, use these two corner cards. Take a really close look. Her choices are here and here because she's right in the middle. This is such an important spread, the way this particular one was set up, that I want to be sure people don't only look at what's here. You've really got it flowing into her future, and because she's right up against it, you've got a flow of choices. It goes right around her. It's like she's in the flow of water, or the flow of time is going this way. So if it comes up against the crossroad, it's going to go around her, the rock, and here's where your choices are. And you're going to see that's where the choices are for her. So in addition to these, take a look at those. Now, if we were to just take a look at the cards that are around the Path card, or our choice cards, you have a beautiful 9-card spread here that you could really have a lot of fun with. So now let's separate this as if we've got ourselves a little 9-card spread within that Moreau spread. You can do this also within a Grand Tableau. So now our crossroad is the center of what we're looking at. So it has to do with a woman and how she's seen in the world, her reputation. Okay, the choice has to do with, here we talked before regarding income, money, and something regarding a house or families, okay, or a family. And if we look at the corners, it has to do with bringing exposure to something and movement as well. So moving something, it could be her moving from one place to another, or other people moving. And here's the thing, the particular job she's looking for is to help people that are in need of housing to find housing that is unavailable to them. So we have the movement, or the writer bringing messages about housing to the oppressive. Okay, now we also have up here heart versus oppression. So it's like the pull of something she loves versus something that's dragging her down, the job that she's at. And another thing we can do is look at knighting. So is her reputation, or how she's seen to the world, joyful and putting herself out in the world, shining her light, or is it oppressive and dragged down and just carrying the weight of everybody else like a martyr? Okay, same thing, you can look here, that woman and what she loves to do, the woman and movement, moving things. So there's a lot you can do around here. But the big thing I want to make clear is don't only look what's in the same time frame, because these vertical lines are slices of time in a spread. I think that's a very valid way to look at it, and we talked about that in the recent video on the crossroad, because these are in the same moment in time. That's why you have a choice. There's two things happening at once, so they'd be in the same moment in time. But take a look at the progression, particularly because we've got the significator here. This flows all around her, and it'll be really important. So don't forget to take a look elsewhere around that path card.